Hi, this is Mike from thesubstream.com, and this is an episode of Watch This Instead for the week ending the 24th of July, 2009, and I'd like to talk about a film called Orphan, which was directed by a guy named Joam Collet-Serra, who's most famous for directing House of Wax, which won Paris Hilton her Golden Raspberry nomination for Worst Supporting Actress in a Film that year. The film is about a murderous 9-year-old girl. There's a married couple played by Via Farmiga and Peter Sarsgaard who are having some trouble in their relationship. There's some issues with alcohol abuse, some issues with infidelity, some issues with a dead stillborn baby, some mourning, some trouble, and they decide to adopt a child, and they decide to share their love with somebody who really deserves it and needs it. That being an older orphan from some unfortunate Eastern European country. That's nice. That's really kind, but turns out the kid's crazy and goes on a murderous rampage. The film's everything that you would expect from that premise. The kid goes nuts, there's murder, there's manipulation, parents hating each other because the kid is manipulating them and turning them one against the other. And this is, for somebody in my position where I'm trying to figure out whether or not to recommend it, I can only say if you think that you would enjoy a movie about a 9-year-old girl that murders people and screws up a family because she's crazy, you're going to enjoy Orphan, because it's about as good as a film in this really small, weird genre can be. It's everything you'd expect. A tiny little bit more. Some kind of interesting emotional moments, because the film's got some good actors, indie film people, Sarsgaard and Farmiga. They're veterans, they know what they're doing. The kids are good. There's a cute, deaf 5-year-old kid that's really good. But on the other hand, it's completely ludicrous. The premise, especially the kind of weird left turn the film takes as it enters its third act, or the end of the third act, it's ludicrous. It's a Twilight Zone episode. This has never happened in reality or would ever happen in reality, that a family would adopt an orphan baby and the orphan baby would then immediately turn around and murder them. Menendez brothers, but they were natural born. They weren't orphans. They were in their mid-20s. They wanted money. They didn't just do it for psychotic bloodlust. So again, it's literally the best and worst. If you think you'll like it, you will. If you wake up in the morning and think, one thing I could not as a human being do is enjoy a movie that took as its premise that there exist murderous landmine babies just waiting to be dropped in the middle of an unsuspecting, loving family only to get blown apart into bloody shreds. That I can enjoy. Don't see it. You won't enjoy it. And go prove to yourself that it's impossible to do this genre right by watching something else instead, like The Bad Seed from 1956, in which little blonde-haired tap-dancing Rhoda tricks everyone she knows by beating another kid to death because he won the penmanship medal instead of her. And then she has a crazy battle with Leroy, the groundskeeper, over some burnt shoes. Or watch Children of the Corn, or watch The Omen. Watch any of those. They're not going to be any better than The Orphan. They're all kind of okay movies about children that murder people, and they're all equally ludicrous. Or watch Problem Child. What was the name of that kid? That redheaded kid. Watch The Good Son with Macaulay Culkin. Watch Pet Sematary, about zombie baby murdering. I already mentioned Children of the Corn. Watch any of those. They're not going to be any better. These movies all have ludicrous premises. So if you can suspend your disbelief and you want to watch a movie where just some crazy shit happens and you get scared, but you have no problem with watching a movie that is not connected in any way to any kind of recognizable reality, you'll probably like Orphan.